if we are being heightened by everything in the world, we can quiet ourselves and talk to ourselves. This is what adults do, right? They're going to say, okay, I'm going to take a deep breath. We're going to do all that regulation stuff, right? If you're in our self-regulated program, we go through different ways and modalities to shift our physiology. But we always explain to the participants, and we've done this already 9 times, that there is no way to actually shift this unless we get to the root cause. And what does that mean? Identify which of those 8 systems are at play. Work on the reflexes that are at play. Work on the coordination between the neurotransmitter release and how they're there. We speak to psychiatrists all the time who work with us because when we are doing our programming, we need to make sure that we're not impacting those neurotransmitter responses that they're having if they're on medication. That's really where the nuance comes in at, because it's not just the system itself and identifying and having awareness. It's being able to create a shift that allows you to live life fully. It was only when I was 21 and I started studying occupational therapy while I was studying business that the changes happened, because I started changing my vestibular system and integrating certain reflexes that I had had my whole life.
I also want to mention that once you target that root source issue, our sensory systems, while they get better and they have the possibility of seeing things and interpreting the information we're getting differently, we sometimes need to retrain those systems as well. So just because you're going to work on your balance system and the mechanisms and the connections between how your brain and your body interprets movement, and by the way, the connection to our emotionality and the way that we interpret our emotions, because it's directly related, it doesn't mean once that system is better that you don't have to retrain your balance, the way that you're walking, the movements you're doing, and even your perception and your interpretations of the social components of what does it mean to have emotional regulation? What does it mean to interpret what other people are telling you? So it's really a constant cycle, or path, I should say. It shouldn't be a cycle. It should be a path of growth and looking into things and changing things and our perception. And when you feel that happening, that's when you know you're on the right path of getting the root source issues resolved. Because a highly sensitive individual, a highly emotional person, someone who is really struggling with interpreting things from their environment or the effects of certain neurochemicals and reflexes at play, are expending a lot of effort to survive, a lot of effort to be, a lot of effort to understand not only others' emotional components, but their own. They're really bombarded by sometimes so many feelings, so many things coming at them, that it's hard for them to sometimes see what others are seeing in them and by them. And I think that that's an important key before, as you said, the solutions, because the solutions will help them survive. But if you really want it to be something that's more sustained and something that stays in in their minds, and they have the true presence, you really need to be at that point of acceptance. That really, during those moments, are when you have, I think, the biggest shifts of expansion and growth for yourself as well as the person you're trying to help.